What's up, y'all? I am your girl, Candy, and to my left, we have the beautiful, the long-standing, tall drink of water, honey, a supermodel, all of that and everything, okay? Miss Cynthia Bailey.
Hi, friend. Hello.
You know I love you. I love you.
You know I love you.
In the back, I got my girl, Dominique. A lot of people know her from Candy and the Gang, but she is one of the most talented, beautiful bartenders you ever would meet, as well as, she's a professional performer, dancer, not stripper, but real dancer with,
You have to clarify, honey. We're in Atlanta.
Yeah, we're in ATL, honey. I like to make it clear.
We got some talented strippers out here, honey.
Yeah, she's talented in a different way.
Yes.
And today, Candy, I have for you a summer splash. It's just a little spritzer. It has a little lemon, lime, agave, and soda water.
Okay.
I sit it here for you. Very refreshing.
Thank you.
Cool and calm and collect.
Yes.
And worldwide.
Worldwide.
What up, fam?
Oh,
I didn't even recognize you ever. 50 Cent. What? Oh my God.
baby girl. Baby, like you said, Karen. I'm trying to be hard.
Oh my goodness. Cynthia.
Candy.
Girl.
Where do we start, girl?
First of all, I miss you.
Oh,
on the
I miss
show.
You too.
I miss you on the show. Oh, wait. I forgot to say, Cynthia Bailey's here, and she's about to
speak on it.
Hey, let's go. Well, speak on it. I didn't know you had as much power as you do. Apparently, according to the gram.
Listen.
Okay, girl, I didn't know you had as much power as you apparently had.
Honey, I thought you had all the power.
You thought I had the power?
Yes. That was the word on the street.
I thought Nene Leakes had all the power. Okay, well, now I got the power.
I feel like Nene had the power first.
Yes.
And then you got the power next. And somehow the power has somehow fell into my lap. And I'm not even on the damn show.
Hell no.
According to the word on the streets, Miss Nene Leakes has said that you had conspired against her when you both were on the show still. You somehow did something to try to get her. What did she say? Did you try to get off the show? What did she say you were doing to her?
I can't quote her verbatim, but it was something to the effect of I had spoken to, I guess, the network.
Oh, yeah.
That would be NBC and Bravo. Mm-hmm. And somehow I had all this power to get them to excuse him from the show. Bonk.
Yes. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, very.
I thought it was weird.
I don't remember it like that. As a matter of fact, I'm sure you guys can find the clips of her sitting down with Andy Coyne.
I think everybody knows. I think Cynthia is okay. It's not like she's really bringing anything to the show. I mean, just to be honest, she talked about what the Bailey Agency in Bar 1.
Once for sure. I feel like maybe it was twice.
So you were talking about Cynthia.
And then if you have somebody that can't stick, like you need somebody that can be like, stick to something. When the wind blow, you blow this way, then you blow that way.
Well, she's always blown in your favor.
That's what I thought. And I think that Cynthia will blow whichever way the wind blows.
That made you laugh. You hadn't seen that yet,
No, I hadn't.
No. Wow, you were really
conspiring to get me off the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
I think
run it back.
Remembers that.
Run it back. And if there's a clip of me doing it, please run that too, because it didn't happen.
I want people to know that, again, I was a very loyal friend to Nene. However, I'm actually glad that she did that show with you.
Why?
Because it actually validated that she was never my friend, that she's actually my worst enemy.
And I do believe there's been multiple times that she called you weak.
Oh, favorite word. Definitely. Boring, weak. everything that, she could think to say about me.
Right. So I just find it interesting that now, after all these years, now
I got all
she
this
says,
power. It's
did
my
you
fault.
reach out to the
Listen.
powers that be at the network and somehow were trying to throw salt on her at the network?
Well, first of all, if I had all that power, let me be very clear. I would make sure in the event I wanted to come back to Housewives, the first phone call would be to make sure I'm good. That I can come back, okay? Because I'm currently not on the show, okay? And anybody that I wanted to come back and be like, can you bring this person back too? Matter of fact, and this person, if I had all this power, first of all, I'm going to take care of myself, okay? So that's number one, all right? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to always give Miss Leakes her flowers. She's good TV. She deserves to be on television. Yes. And I pray, although I didn't try to get her off this show, that she ends up on another show somewhere because I think she is a huge TV personality. She's what?
She has been on another show not that long ago, or 2 years ago.
What show was it?
On the College Hill.
Oh, that's right. Right. Okay. I didn't have time to catch that, but that's okay. I'm sure it was hugely successful since she was on the show. And, one of the things I actually agree with her with is, she says that our HOA is the house that she built. And Nene was very instrumental in Housewives. You came on what, like second season? I came in second season. Second season. So
to be clear, I do not in any way, shape, or form ever try to compare myself to the OGs, to be clear. I'm very clear on I was not first season. So let's not even put me in that conversation. Go on back to what you were saying.
Right. So anyway, regardless of how Nene feels about me, I've always been very vocal and just very honest about how it was when I came on the show. She was the star of the show. She was the breakout star. She definitely,
what season did you come in on?
I came on season 3, right after you. I came Phaedra and I came on right after you. Okay, and it was Nene. I was there, honey. She was here. It was all happening for her. And I feel like, if she did in fact build the Housewives of Atlanta, then hey, hell, she can build another house on another network, right? If you can build one house, you can build 2. Get back on TV. Go ahead and build that second house. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you do. You're that girl. You're super talented. So, hey, if you can't come back to Housewives, build another house.
Build another house.
Come on. Get back on TV.
That's a great way to put it. I do have to ask, in all fairness, do you have any clue to any idea of what she could be possibly referring to when she say you call somebody to try to take her down or whatever?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest and say, I love you. But I definitely didn't think you had that type of power when you was on the show.
I was like, when did I get the power?
Yeah, no. I was like, wait, what? Who is she going to be calling? During the time that you were on the show and she was on the show, it was always pretty clear. She was the one who had everybody on speed dial.
Yeah. Nene's always
I didn't look at you as the one that had nobody on speed dial.
I never had any power on the show. None. I'm powerless. Right. I was always powerless. Nene had all the power. And if she made a call, I'm sure they answered her call. Right. And it is what it is. But, okay, if you want to give me the power now, for whatever reason you want to, it is what it is. But even if I had the power, I wouldn't try to get her off the show. Because whether we've had a lot of ups and downs on the show, Nene and I. They showed us friends. And then I think the end, when we both... when she left the show, she was, trying to push the whole Snakegate thing.
Miss Giovanna says she's ready to clear some air. Hi, ladies.
I've sparred with on the show, but I've been her bestie on the show. So really, her being on the show benefits me because
because y'all stories were kind of connected.
But you know what I'm saying? It's you want to give me a little extra story? Okay, you're going against me. Okay, we're friends. Whatever it is, it never hurt me for Nene to be on the show. So why would I not want her on the show? She's good TV. She's amazing TV.
Well, it makes no sense to me.
Thank you.
But I had to ask because obviously, on the gram, the stories, they go around.
No, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But you know what I will say? I'm going to give her one more flower. Ooh. She looks great. I thought she looked great in the interview. I thought she looked good. Yeah. I thought she looked damn good in the interview, though. But what she was saying about me firing her off the show or trying to get people to fire off the show was just not true.
Right.
It's just not. And if you think that, I'm sorry you think that, Nene, but it's not true.
Yeah, I didn't think that made any sense.
Because it don't.
at all. I think overall what she needs to realize is no matter what relationship anybody had with her on the show, we all felt like she was good.
She was a major
on
player.
the show. Yes. And I definitely feel like her being on the show benefits everyone because if you want a clown, then at least ain't nobody else got to because you could be the clown.
Exactly.
Like, we don't have to do that. Cause you doing it and you,
Listen.
go. Like,
Listen, she was
nobody
a strong
cares.
player. She was a strong player.
Strong player, and nobody can take that from her. No. I just think everybody needs to be very realistic when you say these things. 1 minute, I mean, she was on top of the world. She was used to love to brag about how she was the one. That girl. The number one housewife on all of the network.
Oh, yeah.
She's always said that.
Yes.
So I'm like, nobody else had the power to take that from you but you. So let's be clear on that.
That part.
Nobody could do that.
No. Nor would we actually even want to.
Exactly.
Because you were good for the show.
For sure. I don't think anybody would take that from her.
No. It's like we need strong players on the show. The thing about being on a reality show, you welcome a Nene Leakes. You welcome anybody that's going to come over here and show up and show out.
Yes.
Because this is an ensemble cast. It's not my show. It's not Candy's show. So bring all the Nene Leakes, all the strong players on the show because you guys helped the show get another season. So there's no reason why we want to take you off the show.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, to me, bring it back.
Please.
Nene, keep Kenya, bring back Portia.
Listen.
Cynthia.
Listen. I mean, I didn't really do the most, but I was there. I would always set up the scene. I would do a Bailey Q, the Bailey Olympics. Like some of my scenes were some of the most iconic scenes on the show because it put everybody together for the bullshit to jump off.
All right, I'll see you. Call me though. Why are you pulling it?
What's the problem? What just happened? Oh my God. All I was trying to do is get Marlo and Nene to talk.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Can we start with, you're back now, but they introduced you on this episode, but people thought you were coming back in Kenya's scene.
Oh, right.
Did you see the world just die?
Oh my God, yes. When they thought I was coming back, they put a clip of me in the trailer, and it was a scene that Kenya was in, and when Roy came over and promoted his Kill Me Crazy food. But I showed up because I was right next to her filming, and then they put it in the trailer, so everyone was like, "What happened to Cynthia? You guys edited her out? How dare you guys edit her out?" It was like a whole thing. I actually had to explain to my fans, listen, they did not do me wrong. I wasn't even supposed to be over there, girl. I was next door shooting BET, to be honest with you.
Right.
And I heard Housewives was filming, so I just wanted to come and say hello. I saw it in the trailer, but I was never a part of Kenya's storyline.
Right.
Roy was who she was dating. So if he's
Speaking
coming,
of,
okay, all right.
I don't want to cut you off, but you just brought up something that I had to touch on.
Okay.
You and Kenya, you was on a girls' trip together, and
Yes.
y'all kind of had a falling out.
We had a major
It was a big falling out because in real life they both had called me saying two different sides of the story, and I was like, "Oh Lord, please let them make up."
Well, you actually called me and asked me because I wasn't really trying to involve you, to be honest, because at that point, I was very hurt by our falling out, and it was something that I consider Kenya a sister. I trust her, I love her, and I was honestly hurt. I was honestly hurt. So,
Well, you called me during filming, but after you watched it back, how did you feel? You still felt the same way?
Oh, when I watched Girls Trip?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch Girls Trip.
You didn't even watch it?
No, ma'am.
I'm not gonna drag this out. I just wanted to say, last night for my Bailey Q, there was a couple things that happened that really irritated me, and you obviously picked up on it.
No, I was really that hurt. I just couldn't watch it emotionally. I just couldn't do it. I didn't think it was good for my mental health at that time because I was going through a lot of different things, and that was just something that I just wasn't ready. Maybe one day I'll watch it, but I lived it, so I don't ever really have to watch it.
That's how I used to feel about Celebrity Big Brothers.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's so hard. People don't understand when you're doing shows like that to live it and then have to watch it and relive it again. It's tough. It's mentally, it's very stressful. And I've always considered Kenya like a real friend of mine. So it hurts deeper when you feel like you're my girl. Like I literally went into that situation thinking, okay, girl, housewives, like that's hard. Like this is going to be easy. We're going to like turn up and have a good time. And it just didn't end up being that way. But what I will say was I'm really grateful and thankful that we were able in time, because it took some time, and I appreciate Kenya giving me time, and it was a lot of time, to actually have a conversation and really, you know, I heard her, she listened to me, I listened to her, and we were able to get back into a good place as friends. You know what I'm saying? And what I do love about Kenya also is the fact that when we were going through all of that, she could have like been all on doing interviews, like wearing me out or whatever she wanted to do, because you know Kenya is the shade assassin. She could have did all of that, okay? But she didn't do that, not publicly. She really, really pushed for us to have a conversation privately, just between she and I, with no cameras. And we eventually had that conversation when I was ready.
Okay, well, let me say that she really did want you guys to fix your relationship.
I felt like she
Because
did.
when she was calling me to, like, you know, have you talked to her or whatever, she really, you know, was concerned.
I felt that.
She wanted you guys to be good.
Oh, Eva kept trying to help. Eva was like, I just want to figure out how, Candy and I want to figure out how we can get you and King back together. I was like, you and Candy don't need to figure out anything. I'm still mad. I'm still processing. Please let me go through my process. Thank you, friends. Goodbye. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Because sometimes you just have to sit with stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just not the kind of person, when I love you, I love deep. I'm a Pisces. You know what I'm saying? So I just needed a minute. And I feel like our relationship now is better for it. We created the boundaries that we needed within the friendship. And we're better now. I do feel like the dynamic of the friendship has changed a little bit, but the love has not changed.
Okay, well, that's all that matters.
Okay.
When did you decide, let me talk to Kenya now?
You know, to Kenya's credit, you know, she would definitely give me the occasional, you know, hey, I was just thinking about you. You're on my mind. I hope you're doing good, whatever. And I'd be like, you know, thank you, whatever. But for me, when I just felt like, you know what, let me just let this go, because there's so many bigger and more important things going on in my life. Once I found out that my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, I actually ran into Kenya at Teresa Giudice's wedding. We all like became friends on the girls' trip. And I saw Kenya, and she came up to me and, you know, hug and all that stuff. And that was the first time I think I had seen Kenya since the girls' trip, was Teresa's wedding. And I just felt like it was time. I felt like she was really genuine, and I felt like she was really concerned. And, you know, she sent my mom flowers the next day. I felt like it was coming from a good place. So I was like, let me just let this go. And I did. And, you know, we went to dinner shortly after, and it was like time didn't even move. Like, we just jumped right back in it. And, you know, I appreciate her for giving me that time and that space to just kind of work through what I needed to work through, you know, so I could show up as a better friend, and so that I could also, you know, create boundaries and respect within my friendships, because I think that is very, very important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do too.
It was a teachable moment, and at the end of the day, I think that real friends always get to the other side, and sometimes it's okay to have some space.
Yeah. Okay.
She's been trying to teach Courtney boundaries.
Oh, Lord, child. With that being said, let's bring it back to this
in the game than
episode.
Courtney now. Now, I've been knowing Kenya but a long time.
Let's bring it back to this episode.
Bring it back.
Well, speaking of, since I want to, before I get into the episode, talk about some of the people on the show. What have you been thinking about this season and the cast?
Okay. All right. Well, true transparency, I have not like sit and just watched the show. But of course, you know, I see all the highlights on Instagram. And I feel like, you know, it's hard to watch people come for you, because I feel like you're actually one of the most giving people on the show. But I also understand how people could be a little annoyed by you, because you're kind of,
damn.
No, because you're kind of great. Like, you kind of just do, like, it just feels like, you know, you are the people's champ. You know, things, you work your butt off. Now, I'm not saying that things just come to you, but you are kind of lucky too. It's like you work your butt off, and I just feel like things just kind of come to you. And even as your friend, someone who loves you and supports you, it's just kind of like, I mean, I wake up, I look on the gram, I'm like, okay, let me go be great today. And you pop up on my thing, I'm like, God damn it. Candy's up for an Oscar. Oh my God. You know what I mean? It's like, I just feel like you're so kind and so giving and so loving. I think the universe is like, it's always like giving, and you're just always working for it. And it's like, sometimes it's like, okay, let me get my butt up out of this bed and go to acting class. Let me do whatever I need to do, because you do, you're a pretty successful boss lady friend. You really, really are. And that is a compliment. And I mean it in the most respectful way, Kandi. Like, you are, but it ain't like, sometimes being friends with you, it's like, you just kind of feel like, damn, I got to step my game. What am I doing in my life? I'm such a loser.
Well, dang, I don't want anybody to feel that way. I mean, I always try to like make sure I'm supportive of everybody's situation around me and help in any way I can to, make
you
sure
do. And I think that's one of the reasons why things come to you in a lot of ways, although you work toward those things as well. But you are a giver. You are definitely one of the most giving people in this group. When it comes to me, I'm speaking for myself. Anytime I've had anything, I always, if I get a gift certificate, I'm like, I know, Kandi Bird, I know there's going to be a good one.
Speaking of, your CB bags made an appearance in the show. Well, the bag always make an appearance because I'm always carrying your purse. I carry your purse more than any other name brand bag that I have, because I feel like, you my girl, I love the bag. I'm about to rock that thing like no other. People can rock Louis, Gucci, whatever. I'm a rock Cynthia Bailey.
Okay?
Yeah.
CB4. And I love you for that, because every time I see, I'm like, damn, Kandi she has this bag like all the time. We have a new campaign. Our 2023 campaign is coming out for CB4, and we have some new colors that you're going to love. Of course, our unofficial brand ambassador, Miss Kandi Burrs over here, is going to get the whole line, okay? Because Kandi supports and just rocks with me all the time. So
I have to say, you support Bedroom Kandi too.
What? Why do you think I came to the event?
You always give me a good little shout out about the Bedroom Kandi. I love that. Thank you.
Low key, that lipstick, remember that was like one of the first things you came out with? When I tell you, that lipstick vibrator changed my life. It changed my life. I was like, wait, I didn't even know I could even get to this point. It was great. And that's why I spoke about it. And that's why I came to your event. I was like, now let me see what the new toys are doing. Because again, as a single woman out here back in these streets at 56 years old, the game has changed. So I have to make sure I take care of myself, in the meantime, until I can find my person.
That is interesting as well, but I'm going to get to that later, But back to this episode.
Okay.
Drew and I clearly had an argument in wherever we were, Portugal. And
you called me from Portugal.
I sure did.
You were so mad. You was like, do you remember? Were you up that night? And did you see LaToya and Drew kissing? And I actually, got out of the sex swing that you so happily provided me with and took my little TT butt to bed. So I missed all the shenanigans after the fact, okay?
Miss Lickety Split. It was lots of shenanigans that happened after the fact. We do not talk about all the shenanigans that happened after the fact, to be clear. The thing that irritated me is, okay, first of all, I mean, I don't know if it was very clear to you what this whole scene between Drew and I had this argument in Portugal, but it really wasn't supposed to be a part of the show.
Right. Oh, the cameras had gone down.
Yeah, and you know how it is when the cameras go down. A lot of times the girls be turning up, saying stuff they don't normally say or doing stuff they don't normally do when the cameras are up.
Right.
I just want to say this real quick, even though I'm jumping ahead of myself. Marlo didn't have any time to edit that video footage because she actually sent the video clip of me and Drew arguing right there while she was sitting there. We didn't know that it was sent because when I walked out the room, the toy was already texting me like, yo, what is this? What's going on? And that's how I found out that the video had been sent.
So the timeline was too quick.
Yeah, it was too quick. Yeah. We know that Marlo ain't that good. She ain't that. Even though she claimed to be in the tech world like Ralph, she really ain't that tech savvy.
Marlo, you were not like, Marlo's too all over the place to sit there and be like, okay, let me film it and edit it and
while I'm sitting in front of them. Yeah, like she did not.
Marlo does a lot, but that I don't see her doing for sure.
She didn't do that. So that was a bad accusation. I'm gonna have to give Marlo that she did not edit no video footage. Not to say that I necessarily was happy with a video of me and Drew arguing, because at the time me and Drew was getting along just fine. We didn't have nothing to really beef about. Like, we was getting along. She was supposed to be starting, being a part of the movie.
Yes.
And that argument with she and I was the last thing in the world that I was expecting to happen.
Right.
And honestly, I was really prepared to just let the argument stay off camera and us move on. You know what I mean?
Oh, it don't work like that, baby.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't have had to address it anymore if it had not been sent to Toya, if it made it to the show.
Okay.
The part that pissed me the off.
You just say irritated.
Irritated. You know, I always say irritated. What irritated me was when Drew started talking about I'm lying on her. And I'm like, and then she had the nerve to go as far as telling Sheree, which I found out during the episode.
She want me to do this movie, so I think she's trying to warm me up to the idea of maybe...
kissing the girl.
Right! That's what I said. I was like,
this is
hold on, Candy Birds Productions.
I made up this story, supposedly, to promote the movie.
Okay, well,
now, what were your thoughts?
I was going to say, well, first of all, what did you get out of making up this lie about Drew? And I've known you for a long time, okay? The one thing I can say about you is you're not a liar.
Thank you.
And I definitely, I couldn't even think of a reason, okay, why would you lie about this? Like, it just didn't make sense. But then when Drew said the whole thing about even the whole, filming the movie or whatever, it was like the movie was going to be filmed in okay, even if you hadn't so-called come up with this lie. So it just didn't make sense. And that's just not who you are. You're just not going to hey, let me just make up a lie on somebody on the cast. In all the years that I've worked with you on the show, that has just never happened. So,
well, and not to mention, to be clear, we just thought about adding her and being a part of this movie that Todd came up with last year, meaning during the filming of season 15.
Right.
That story had already been out about her kissing Toya in season 13.
True.
So
correct.
It's no way I would have thought to make that story up 2 years ago just to promote a movie that's coming out now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was just like, her reasoning for saying that I did it didn't make sense. Okay.
It just was a stretch.
A whole stretch. An entire
love you, Drew.
stretch.
I do love Drew. I think she was a great choice for your movie and everything.
She's a good actress.
Very, very talented. I just don't see you lying, and the reason why you would lie. None of it just really why. No.
So how does that feel? You coming back to Housewives? Did you know you were going to be an actual friend of the show at that point?
You know, I'm actually not a friend to the show.
Oh,
I'm not.
Well,
I'm not an official friend to the show.
You was on multiple episodes.
Well, okay. Well, let's. Okay, but it started out. You actually sent me in real life, like you always do, an invite to anything that you have going on.
True.
So when I got the invite, I was like, you know what? I want to go and support Kandi. And then I thought, well, you know what? If I'm going to go, if they're going to mic me, or maybe not even mic me, whatever it is, if I'm going to go, let me just let them know that I'm going to come. So I didn't even think anything of it. I was just like, I'm just going to go. And I thought it was a one-off. And then when I went, I was like, look, I kind of missed y'all a little bit. It was like, oh my God. It was so great to see everyone and, the fans and stuff that were there. I was like, okay, this is cool. I could pop in and out. So it just ended up being a situation where all of the different, all of the ladies, even Sanya, who I just met, she actually had invited me to her husband's party, which was a beautiful party, the Harlem Nights party. And I was like, well, I'm not really on the show anymore. And we just met. So I would come, but are you guys filming it? The first question is are you guys filming? Are we at work? And just being so fresh off the show, it's weird to go back and just hang out in the background.
Right.
Right. 11 years. I think I need a mic and maybe a little bit of a check.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
So that actually kicked off me being able to, once I did that scene with you, then it was and then, we did Blaze, and then we did your party for your sex toys. And then it just kind of organically was hey, hey, I'm in Atlanta, whoever would invite me to whatever. And I'd be like, all right, well, production, I'm going to come through. What we doing? You know what I mean? And they worked out something with me. It ain't I'm over here balling out now, okay?
Right.
It's not that good housewife check. But it was definitely, some compensation for my time. And I would have, wanted to support you guys anyway. So it just ended up kind of working out. I kind of like popping in and out. And it was good. Like I said, I have organic friendships with you guys anyway outside of the show. And if I hang out with y'all outside the show anyway, like all of you guys call me when you're in LA and like, hey, you're in LA and we have dinner together. So it didn't feel like, hey, I'm coming back to the show. Because I'm not coming back to the show. I'm just, popping in and out when it makes sense, when it's real.
Oh, okay. Speaking of Cynthia, not Cynthia, excuse me, of Sonya.
Yes.
Do you ever hear people comparing the two of y'all?
You know what? A little bit. It's like I hate when they say the whole flip-flopping thing, because they used to say that about me. The whole boring thing. Some of the negative stuff, I do feel like
I didn't mean negative, but
I'm just saying, like I read, I see like the stuff and they're like, oh yeah, she's flip-flopping, and that's like a trigger for me, because I always felt like, okay, if I've changed my mind, it's with good reason, because I'm happy to be loyal and ride with one person. So if I jump to the other side, you've given me a reason to do it. So that's one of my little triggers. So I was like, okay. Not flip-flopping. Basically, I just don't fuck with you no more.
Right.
Like I said, I'm going over here now because you're not doing right over here. So I've had an opportunity to meet Sanya. We did a job together. We were like booked for something together, and I thought she was great. I haven't gotten a chance to like hang out with her, but I like her. I think she's great.
Okay, that's cool. I just was curious to know because when. With all of us, I feel like they find similarities with different people and, try to compare people or whatever.
For sure.
So I was just wanting to know what you thought.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
let's touch on the fact that, when you first came in, obviously, you said you've been through a lot. You've got your you've got your divorce.
Yes.
Which also you spoke to Kenya about.
Yes.
You never spoke about that publicly. What is that? Where... Do y'all even speak anymore? You and your ex?
We do. We have a very cordial, very respectful relationship. As a matter of fact, he sent me a text when I was in London.
Oh.
Yeah. We're good. We're friends. At the end of the day, I think that we were not each other's person, and that's okay. We were together for 4 years, married for 2, and it just didn't work out for us.
You ever thought about giving him some booty after?
Oh, no. You know what? First of all, I always stay in all my relationships way longer than I need to. So trust me, they got what they got. They got what they needed. They're good. Because by the time I actually leave, they done got all the booty and got everything they needed.
So you never hit reverse.
When I do push the button like, I'm out of here, I never go back. I don't spin the block.
So you never spin the block.
I never spin the block.
You didn't spin the block on Mike.
With Peter, never.
Never.
Mike,
not once.
When we were done, we were done. Nope. When we were done, we were done.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, trust me, when I did finally leave, they were good.
Do we have a maintenance man right now?
Not a maintenance man. Well, you know what? Once, this is my second divorce. Okay. This is my second divorce. So... But I am a woman of a certain age. So part of me is like, oh, let me just take my time. Let me just get into myself and just kind of take things slow. But I am 56 years old. So mama ain't trying to have a hot girl summer at 60. Okay? So I'm kind of in my moment right now. And I am dating. I'm going on dates. And I am having a fun time, I'm not like, there's no one that I'm serious about. I don't know, honestly, and we've had this conversation a couple times, Kandi. I don't know if I'll get married again. Like, I never really set out to get married, but if it happens, I won't ever rule it out, but it's not a deal breaker for me. But I'm having fun. I'm taking it slow, real fast, if that makes any sense. I'm taking it slow, but if I meet somebody that's interested, I'm like, hey, all right, let's definitely go out and hang out, Yeah, I'm living life, and it feels good. The game has changed at 56. Like, it's a lot of texting going on. I'm old school. I'm like, you got to pick up the phone and call me. Like, we got to actually have a conversation. So, it's been fun.
Okay.
Did you meet anyone in London?
Oh, well.
Clearly.
I was, I was invited to Mick Jagger's 80th birthday party. Did I say it loud enough? I was invited to Mick Jagger's 80th birthday party. I am also worldwide, Kandi, honey, because it was in London, okay?
Yes.
And I actually connected with his fiance, Melanie, who's lovely. I was with my friend Sutton from Beverly Hills. We went to an event together in New York, the American Ballet Gala, and we met Mick and Melanie there. Long story short, Melanie slid my DMs, was like, Mick would love for you to come to his party, intimate party with his friends and family only. And we went. I went to London for like 18 hours. I just went to the party and came straight back. And it was great. And did I meet someone? I met a lot of people there. It was a very A-list party. Yeah, it was definitely a good party. And I'll just say someone there took my number.
Yeah, I like that.
I won't tell you guys who was on the list, but it was a good list. It was a good list.
All right.
No, but it was fun.
Back to this peach party. So when you came in the midst of drama, obviously.
Yes.
There were a lot of conversation about what happened between Toya and I, the argument. Then also
about the kiss.
I mean, about the argument between Drew and I,
about the kiss.
then and Toya was coming in.
Right.
Now was Toya?
Did you know Toya was coming?
Okay, so that's what I wanted to explain. I did invite Toya at the last minute, like literally, I guess maybe the day before, the day of or something. And so when she says, I am upset with you, that's what she was talking about.
Oh, because it was a last minute invite?
Yeah, because she felt like to be clear, Drew had already told her about the party. Okay?
Got it.
And so she was like, you let Drew tell me about the party, but you didn't tell me about the party.
Right. Okay.
And to be clear, I didn't know if I should invite her to the situation because I already knew what happened in Portugal. Yeah, Portugal. So I was like, okay, this is going to be like I'm trying to be messy to invite her to the party, but then Drew invited her to the party.
Got it.
I felt like that was strategy.
Right. Okay.
I'm be honest with you. I felt like that was strategic. Same way y'all saw how she was sitting on LaToya lap and all that. It's like, okay, now y'all besties all of a sudden. Now, I don't know if Marla will ever, post her videos or whatever. But the reason why she said she had sent Toya those videos to begin with is because basically Drew was dogging Toya in that argument. She was like, oh, she was throwing up, her breath was stinking, she was this, she was that. Why would I do that? And she lies all the time, blah, blah, blah. And I know y'all don't believe, like totally saying a lot of negative things about Toya. And so Marla says that is why she sent Toya the videos. To me, I felt like, here you go, trying to play up under Toya, get her on your good side to make sure she don't say nothing crazy. That's how I was feeling. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. So, anyway.
I know this is yours. Speak on it. But I just have two questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, did you actually see them with your own two good eyes kissing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And I've said this before, I think, but what exactly I saw, the two of them had their arms around each other's waist.
Okay.
They was like,
oh, show me.
So anyway, they standing,
right,
like hugged up to,
right,
like this close.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
That close, talking, and having that conversation
that's
and stuff.
Now that's close. That's kissing close.
Yes. We're all both of them had their arms around each other's waist.
Okay, and close.
Here.
Okay.
I wasn't the only one that saw them. Kenya's also described the same thing.
The close thing.
Yeah, they tried to say Kenya wasn't down there. Kenya had kept like walking up and down the stairs throughout the night. You know what I mean? Peeping in.
I did see Drew and LaToya this close to each other moving their heads. So Drew is lying. She kissed the girl and she liked it.
Spying on us.
Yes.
To be clear. Marlo said she saw the same thing, but after Drew kept lying and stuff, then she started saying, well, maybe it's 80%, maybe 80%.
Right.
Because 20%, she said she lies so good, so I'm going to give her 20%, maybe. You know how somebody talk you out of what you saw?
You're like, did I really see it? it. Maybe I didn't see it. So you started second guessing yourself?
No, I didn't second guess myself.
You're like, I saw what I saw.
To be clear.
I said what I said and I saw what I saw.
To be clear, the very next day after it happened, myself and a couple of other people, I'm not naming names, we actually had a conversation about what happened the night before, laughing and joking. And the joke was between us was that, dang, Toya and Drew been arguing all this time and now they up here kissing. That between me and a couple other people,
right, whose names should not be called,
that was there at the time, was all laughing. So that's why I was like, I am not the only person.
This is not just you. So here's the other thing.
But to be clear, what was you about to say?
Even if they did kiss, and this is what I just don't understand. It's not even that big of a deal.
It wasn't a big deal, so that's why I didn't even understand it. But I was thinking that, okay, if y'all remember that season, the show, they had dropped the clip of Drew, with everybody saying, go Drew, when they showed her shadow, right, let's say playing with Bolo. And you heard everybody saying, go Drew, because it was something with Bolo. Okay. Right? And everybody was hyping her up.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm sure that probably caused some drama in her home. That's why I felt like, well, maybe that was why she was going so hard to be like, no.
Okay.
I didn't really know why. But then, Toya done changed her answers multiple times, right? Toya, they showed the clip of me and Toya having a conversation on the after show. That year, that was the pandemic year, so we were doing the after show online. And Toya's like, we never kissed, da-da-da-da. And I said, well, I could have sworn y'all kissed, but okay, maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to let y'all have it, whatever. So they showed that clip, and that's what she's saying. Drew's saying, well, they already said it didn't happen. I'm saying to you, I was giving you a pass. But it's like right after that, Toya started, tweeting about it. She's online talking about it. It's
said
like
at the reunion too.
She said at the reunion.
I remember.
But all of this, and Drew is telling people that I made Toya say it. So who made Kenya say it?
Because Marlo agreed at the
And Marlo
reunion.
said, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, who made them say it? Because they've said it other times. So I'm like, why is she so hell-bent on making it seem like I alone?
Well, maybe she
am
feels
the one
like it has more validity if you say it than the other women. If you say it, because again, I don't know you to be a liar. So if you say something, it's like, oh shit, that must be true.
Right, and then that was the other weird part during the conversation on this episode when Toya says at the end, well, Drew, do you think that Kandi would lie about these things or whatever? And she was like, no, Kandi doesn't lie. Okay, well, what are y'all saying? Are you saying that I am telling the truth, or you
did you guys kiss or not?
Like, the whole entire thing is stupid because at the end of the day, I said it before and I'm saying it now. It wasn't like they was like all passionate. I'm just saying it was a wild night. There was a kiss. I'm not saying they went to bed together. I'm not saying that anything extra happened.
Right.
I'm
You're just saying they were close and a kiss. Look, here, come here.
What?
Give me a kiss. Mwah. Mwah. That's it. That's probably happened. That's it.
Speaking of, they did that on the show, and that show didn't even show it.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Toya, let's kiss. And they pecked. So anyway.
Well, just for the record, you're the second girl that I've ever kissed on the show. Just now. Like,
that wasn't a real kiss.
First kiss was Portia.
Wait. Stop. Portia, are you going to... Even got her kiss out. Come on up here.
Portia, so we can get a good view.
Do you want me to put my tongue in your mouth? Or you put your tongue in my mouth? Yeah, that's right. I ain't even in the mood no more. All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait. On the bus. I can't remember what
Did
what season.
y'all gave a little tongue though.
Did we do tongue?
I thought you did. Did you do any tongue?
I don't know. We did tongue.
Oh, okay. Well, look, a peck is not a. That's.
No, you said that Drew and Toya might have just pecked, so that was an example.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they deny it.
It's not that deep.
I would have made it more worth your while if I would have known that's what we was counting.
See, she didn't know I was going to do it. She knew I was going to come for her.
I wasn't ready.
Woo! I didn't want to write a check. My butt couldn't cash. I know I'm sitting beside. Let me get this little peck, get in and get out.
What was I saying?
See, she lost the train of thought.
Yeah, you know, made me lose the thought.
These lips are powerful, man, okay?
Okay. So anyway, it wasn't that deep, but it has become a very deep situation. And she still, you know, is calling me liars and all this other kind of stuff. Which, you know, for me, it's more about that for me than about them kissing. Because I could care less about them kissing. But for her to try to make it seem like I'm making up things about her. And not just making up things, but making up things to promote my movie. I didn't like that at all. And so that is why, you know, me and her can go back and forth about this about forever. And she want to try that. Like, because for me, that's the principle.
Yeah. Well, you guys obviously got past it because you guys went on to actually do the movie. No? Oh.
So, yeah, Cynthia, I miss you. I wish you was a part of the season.
Oh, thank you.
These people have been coming for my neck.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, dang, they wearing candy out. They're coming for my girl. But you know what? Someone, I do another podcast with my friend Teddy, 2 T's in a Pod, and we always we recap Orange County, but then we talk a little bit about Atlanta. And I don't know. I just feel like, you know, you have so much going on. I feel like, in a way, and not even in a bad way, I'm not even meaning any kind of shade with the other ladies, but I feel like maybe they just feel like you have so much going on. You're so accomplished. They just feel like, you know what? Because I keep hearing them say, like, you're never around anymore or whatever. And, you know, you've always been booked and busy since, you know, you started the show, in my opinion. But in any case, I will just say this to you. At the end of the day, if anyone on this show can go on to do a million other things, it's you, for sure. And I'm not saying you know, should leave or whatever, but it seems like they feel like you've just, I don't want to say outgrown the show, but it just seems like you have so much going on. And then there's the show. You know what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying. I just feel like you're supposed to have things going on so that the show catches it. If the show don't catch it, then what am I supposed to do? At the end of the day, my life is available for them to catch if they choose to.
Right, but you are a part of an ensemble cast.
Right, but everybody's supposed to have their personal story. You have so much
going on. You have to have your own show for them to catch all the stuff you have going on. Like, I think it just may be time, and I have the power. So I may need to call the network.
You got the power, honey. You got the power.
You got some phone calls.
So you got to put me on the show, honey.
Can y'all please get Kandi her own show?
Okay, well.
She has so much going on. There's no way everything this woman has going on can be captured and with an ensemble cast. Please give us the Kandi Burr show.
Well, if you about to take me off
and
the
I have
show,
power, so please,
then that means you have to take me out to eat more often.
Yes.
We got to go
on
more.
When we leave here.
Exactly. we got to have more girl time or something so you can help me occupy the time that I'm not doing the show.
I think you're going to be just fine, Kandi Burr. Look, and I said this to Andy when I was on the show. I was fine before the show. I was fine on the show, and I'm fine after the show. Like, we're lucky enough to be in that space where we can say that. Like, I don't lose no sleep thinking, oh my God, if Kandi left the show, well, what's going to happen? Everything's going to fall apart. You know, if anything, you're going to be doing more because you'll have more time.
More time, exactly.
Yeah, so you are good because you are you. No one is you on that show.
Thank you.
And Kandi Burr is always going to eat now.
Always.
And eat good.
Well, Cynthia, it's been awesome having you on with me today.
Oh,
definitely want to bring you back again, honey. You want to tell the people what to be looking out for?
Yes. So excited to be in the episode tonight. Of course, I would be coming on with Kandi, you know, hanging out with her. She is someone who is very dear to me in real life. Please follow, you know, me on social media, Cynthia Bailey. I'm almost at 4 million. I should be at 4 million now. But anyway, hey. But my acting career is blossoming, and I do have some projects that are coming out that I did before the strike, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. And I just appreciate your support and love. So thank you.
All right. Well, as always, I love you, Cynthia.
I love you too.
Love you, love you, love you. And thank you for watching.
Speak on it.
Well, speak on it. What's up, y'all? I am super excited because Bedroom Kandi is celebrating over 10 years of business. And guess what? We are celebrating with a new product. Yes, we have the 10th anniversary edition peach. So our 10th anniversary peach buzz. It's the peach buzz, not the peach fuzz, but the peach buzz. It comes in this beautiful packaging. But also, look, this looks like a jewelry box. Doesn't it look like, it looks like a Rolex comes in this box. And it does. It's the Rolex of all vibes. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Ooh. This is what I need all of you to do. I need all of you to get your 10th anniversary peach buzzes right now, your Bedroom Kandi peach buzzes, and I need you to do this. I can turn a shade tree into a money tree, holding your peach. Because I'm giving you a peach for your peach. So all of you out there who want to support your girl Kandi, make sure you get this 10th anniversary edition product. Even if you don't want to do nothing but get the peach, because it's a 10th anniversary special edition product, and just hold it up and pretend you're on the Real Housewives. You can do that too. I suggest you use it for more than that. Get your 10th anniversary peach buzz now from bedroomkandi.com.